Hey guys. Okay, so apparently I have everything working. So I'm actually doing this through a Google Hangout. So let me know if you can hear me and all that good stuff. Uh, apparently, the problem with my microphone was in the wire, but I don't exactly know why it wasn't working the other time. So with that being the case, it seems like we have everything together. So um, I'm gonna wait a few minutes here to get to wait for some more people to come in, and we'll go from there. But basically, what I'm going to do today is a um, a little bit of a tutorial here. Hold on just a second. Let me get some things right over here. Just a little bit of a tutorial. I don't want to call it a tutorial because I don't know the program that well myself. This is all very new to me. I have a bunch of programs here that just to let you know. Gateway in the Comics. Oh, hi, Gateway in the Comics. It was great meeting you as well. Thank you. The volume sounds great. Excellent. I don't want to say that this is going to be a tutorial because I don't know this program that well. I just got into it recently. What happened was I had Photoshop and my Photoshop stopped working. So for whatever reason, I would open it. Well, I know what the reason is now, but I would open Photoshop up and it would close down immediately. And apparently, it had to do with my permissions. So I ended up getting all these other programs, and it turned out to be a good thing because I didn't know all of these programs, and it's good to have a backup just in case. And these programs are very inexpensive. They go from free to, I think they're like less than $50. Even Clip Studio Pro is like less than $50. So very affordable. Photoshop is still like, I guess Photoshop now it's it's a subscription program. Most of these are not subscription programs. So I have Pixelmator, I have Clip Studio, Sketchbook, and a few others. Actually, no, I guess that's about all of it. Of course, I have Photoshop that's actually working now. But today we're going to look at MediBang Paint Pro. So I'm going to open that up. And this is a free program, but the thing about it is, as you can see, it's ad-based. So you have to click out the ads here and all that good stuff. And this is another thing. If you go through this, you can actually get more. You can get like extra material and things like that. You have to log in. That never seems to work. So let's get past that. And this is your intro screen right here. It's your very nice, very clean, especially if you have a big monitor. So let me see what I can do here. I'm going to just make sure you guys are seeing everything right. And okay, so this is your workspace, and we're going to make a new file here. And I'm going to specifically talk about this for comic books. So one of the awesome things here is this program is a lot like Clip Studio Pro in the fact that it had comic book creators in mind. And when you open it up, you see you have two types of comic books here. You actually have quite a few types of comic books. Let's see here. You have your USA comic, and you have the DPI, so you can do 350 or 600. As you can see, I have mine set to 300 because 300, I was always taught that was the standard DPI for print. So I have that going. And right here, you have a ton of stuff. These are all manga type comics. This is Doujinshi. And Doujinshi is the like your amateur manga. If you're making amateur manga comics, these are your doujinshi sizes, and these are your manga sizes right here. That's the professional stuff. So we're going to go with USA Comic, and of course, you guys know that's going to be at 11 by 17, which is where you start at with the professional size comic. So let me do some things here. I'm going to slide down and just make sure I can see the chat over here. Let's see. There we go. All right. So this is your opening page here. Now, you don't do anything on this page yet, and I'll show you why. First off, let me show you some cool stuff here. I'm going to expand this page, expand this workspace a little bit here, or maybe not. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to explain that, or expand that. All right, so what we're going to do here is start off by showing some of these cool things that you have here. If you're a comic book artist, we have these little tools up here, and they all do cool and fascinating things. This is, well, these are all grids, okay? And each one has its own, oh, this was the nice one. This is the perspective grid here. And I'll show you what this does. This is going to be very helpful. This actually helps you with perspective. So let's just say you start here. And there we go. Well, did that one wrong, but you get it. It'll show you where your perspective is, and when you draw your lines, they will add up. They will snap to the perspective. This is a perspective snap, I believe, is what this is called. But all your lines will go with your perspective. There's an actual name for this. Let's see if I can get it to show me what the actual name is here. Nope, not doing it. Hold there for a few seconds, see if it, nah. Of course it's not going to do it now. But that's what that tool is there for. It will allow you to do your vanishing points and all those good things. And you can just draw with that. And this is another tool that will allow you to draw lines. Just like that. And then you can see that these lines are indeed straight lines. And you also have a circular tool that will allow you to do the same thing. So those are all very helpful. And you have, again, just other tools that do the same thing. So let's see. Before you start drawing, you're going to want to make another layer. These are your layers down here. And I'm just going to click on that. And normally I would be doing that for my tablet, but I don't know, maybe something is actually interfering with the tablet, and the some of the stuff I have hooked up here might be interfering with the tablet control because it's not allowing me to do it from the tablet. But I have my tablet set up so I can make new layers by just pressing a button. Now you want to make that new layer because what you're going to do is you're going to go up here and you want to find some, and these are, just so you know, these are transparent layers, but you want to go up here and you're going to go into your layer options, and this is a thing that says add panel material. And when you do this, you're going to get a dialog box. It's got the line width that you want this panel material and the border color, which is going to be black. We're going to hit that and you'll have an instant splash page panel. Now, if you're not going to put a panel on your, on your splash page, you're not going to need that. You can just start drawing. I mean, you're still going to want to make that new panel. Now, over here, pay attention to what happens over here with these layers. This is going to be really cool. And this tool right here, this is, let's see, let me get the actual name for this tool. So I'm not giving you random names. It's the divide tool. Now, this is what this tool does. This is your panel material here. You just do this, and that breaks it down into panels, just like that. So very cool stuff. Now, the reason you make this other panel on this layer, and this is the layer that's under there. I personally like to draw with the non-photo blue, just as if I were drawing on paper. So I'm going to grab this, and let's see here. We start with a scene. This is actually, that's too big. All right, so we'll start down here. Make it a little bit smaller. Somebody's shoulder. So somebody's walking into frame with a very high collar, apparently. And they'll be talking to someone over here. And we'll draw somebody over here too. This person is going to have a trench coat with a pop collar, because you can't go wrong with a trench coat and pop collar. I actually should put this person maybe on the other side. Do we want to do hair? We're just going to just do a face here. And let's see, maybe we'll draw a quick table or something here, and everybody's talking about something that's going on. So I'm going to pull this in a little bit so I can actually better see what I'm drawing. And okay, so you get the point. You're basically going to be drawing in blue. And there you go. So just some basic stuff here. And notice over here, you have layer 2 and it has add 4. So when you do this, it actually keeps track of the amount of panels on the page. So again, very cool. Now we're at the bottom layer. So we're going to make a new layer on top of that layer. And this is going to be the layer where we put the black ink. Now I have a pencil here. I'm going to switch to Sumi ink, or to the Sumi. This is actually a brush, Sumi brush. This is your brush. You're going to have to be clicked on this. And then these are the variations of brushes. So you can do pencil pen, sharp pen, G pen, mapping pen, edge pen, stipple pen, and the Sumi brush. You know what? Let's go in instead. Let's mess around with this G pen right here. See what we got going on right there. So we're going to do G pen. There we go. And you guys know what a G pen is. G pen is one of those little pens that you dip, like when you're drawing. You know, it's a dip pen basically. So I have I was going to say I have a bunch of those, but I don't. I have like like 2 of them. Let's see. No, I have like three dip pens. So you got some bad guys here. You got their collars popped. So you know that they're tough. Let's erase that. And you know what? Let's make this guy a vampire. We got a vampire here. One of the Nosferatu type vampires. Just there we go. And keep going with this. Now, you get your person here. I know there's somebody out there watching this like, wait, what's going on? So if you're just coming in, this is just a little quick demonstration of MediBang Paint Pro. So this is the person who is being threatened by these guys. So they're going to have to do something. See, so you can switch your pens, of course, to get the more detail and stuff in there. The pens I'm actually using much thicker than what I would normally use for something like this, unless I was actually going to paint, you know, unless I'm like painting with ink or something like that, or doing you know, gray what is it, wash, ink wash. Let's see. And I can actually get closer. But I really want to put a lot of detail into those eyes. Let's go here. All right, so we can do this. Maybe she has some files that they want. Put a little file in her hand right there. And so this looks kind of ugly. But don't worry. So you guys probably know what's about to come. You've watched any of my videos, my streams before. Today you probably know what's coming as far as hair You know what? In fact, let's do, you know what? Let's do something a little bit different. Let's do a different hairstyle. Let's go with, we're going to do this. We're going to let some of it fall to the front. We're going to pull it backward a little bit. Just going to do it in the ball like that and kind of make it a little ponytail back here. So I am still getting used to the tablet. This thing is absolutely amazing as far as what it allows you to do. And at no point did I have to worry about going off the screen or anything like that. Now, this is the thing about this. When you have to erase and things like that, you don't have to worry about erasing your panel lines. So that's a definite plus. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Do we want to go basic office? Where do we want to go with the turtleneck? You know what? For this, I'm going to go with a kind of a turtleneck. Just based on the idea that that's easier to draw. And then later I'm going to go back up and fix her face. Let's do that. And we're going to let it hang out. Okay, so her hand is on the table here. Maybe she's going to, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to do that. Her arms are right there. Now, this kind of thing is something that you certainly can't do with pen and ink. There's no erasing with pen and ink. So you're going to have to get everything right in the penciling phase, because once you get to the inking phase, you're not going to be able to correct anything until you bring your art into the computer. So this allows me to completely bypass the penciling phase for better or for worse. Now, some people have that issue with digital art. You have the undo button and all that good stuff. And so, of course, some people will say that that makes you, it lessens your ability to a certain extent because you get used to being able to erase. Necessarily think that is a bad thing particularly. Let's see. I just need to take care of some stuff over here real quick. All right. So over here, and let's see. Let's get into a little bit into the background just to kind of start bringing some a little bit more. See, there's a specific tool here I wanted to use, and let me see if I can find it again. I believe it was this one. Was it this one? This might not have been it. I think this was, no, apparently not. Okay, there we go. All right, what I'm going to do here is you know what? I don't need to do that. I can actually, are you kidding me? I can actually do this just like that. I think I want the line to be bigger. That's too big. Let's go with 20. There we go. But I really should have done that on another layer. And the reason that is so if I make a mistake with this, I can actually fix it. So new layer. All right, so still too big. I'm gonna go with 15. There we go. All right. So you can do your lines like that if you want. Also, another thing, if you're on a different layer, don't forget that you're on a different layer. Hey, Jack! Jack is here. Jack Burchill. What's up, man? So I have MediBang on my iPad Pro. It works pretty. Yes, this is the desktop version of MediBang. And when I get my iPad Pro, I will definitely be getting MediBang and Procreate on the iPad Pro. I've seen so much with Procreate. That program looks amazing. If it had a desktop version, I would have gotten that as well. But this is I actually started with I actually started looking at Clip Studio Pro, and everybody kept talking about MediBang, and they were saying, "Well, it's MediBang, MediBang, MediBang," and they were like, "And it's free." So I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, free sounds good to me." So I checked it out. Let's see. We're going to go with black turtleneck because, of course, we are. Now, thing about the black turtleneck, black shirts, things like that, it actually makes drawing a lot easier. You can hide a lot of mistakes with black ink. Cool. Let's see, the thing that's so cool about Procreate is that it's totally made for iPad from the ground up. It would be hard to move it to desktop. Yeah, I actually got to mess around with Procreate at the Apple Store when I was checking out the 12-inch. Uh, I I like the fact that it's. I mean, I've never actually seen a software that functions like that. I mean, it's very just being worked on, from YouTube videos and things. I knew then that it was something I wanted to get. So that's it's definitely something I'm going to be looking into. Let's see here. Let's flip these colors. And there we have it for her. Let's go back. All right, so. And like I said, don't forget what layer you're on because you're going to be working with a lot of layers, especially if you're going to start doing color and stuff, which is one of the things I want to do later on. Is I want to start doing things in color and actually get into some digital comics. I have some stuff on Webtoons that's doing actually pretty well right now. Zombie Girl is doing pretty well, of course. Everyone likes Zombie Girl. And Victor Locke Demon Hunter is kind of like the second favorite. So we'll see how that works. Let's see. Do I want to see? I have Clip Studio Pro, but it has a subscription. Yeah, I hate that. I don't like the subscription model either. I don't understand the subscription model. It's like if people buy a program, they obviously want to use it, and they don't want to be constrained by having to keep purchasing it. It doesn't make sense. You have to pay every month. See, done Photoshop made. Yeah, but see, I have Photoshop Elements, so I just said, screw it. I'll just keep that. It does all the stuff that I actually need it to do, and I'm fine with that. So that was my way around the Photoshop subscription thing. Is just keep Photoshop Elements until it stopped working on me, and I started freaking out and wondering what I was going to do with that. Let's see, we're going to give the vampire a lot of hair. Now, the difference between this and Clip Studio Pro is when you draw with this, you don't get a layer. Like every time you make a panel, you don't get a separate layer. It just makes another, you're just drawing in that same, on that same layer. So that was kind of a cool thing with Clip Studio Pro. I saw that like, oh, nice. Let's see. Let me. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted to do. Where is my. No, that's not it. Oh, yeah, that's what this tool does. Like you'll draw a line there and it'll make the line for you. Yeah, this is the tool I want. I thought it was. It's not that one. Well, we'll worry about that. We'll just go with an eraser. Like I said, I'm not like super proficient with this program, but I am just learning it. So bear with me. See, I have an ancient version. Yeah, I had a. This is actually an ancient version of Photoshop as well. This is pretty old for I think this is or not this, but the version of Photoshop I have is. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Let me switch brushes here. The version of Photoshop I have, I think, is about 3 or 4 years old, maybe longer than that. I think it's version 10. Okay, so now the cool thing about this is I can just kind of do that. There we go. And that way I don't have to worry about going outside my panel lines if I'm making a thick black line like this. So let's get closer. There we go. Yeah, now the word balloons, you have to be logged in to do the word balloons. Is that what I'm understanding? Because I keep trying to do the word balloons and it takes me, they have like their own fonts and things, which is kind of like weird because I actually have all my fonts and the things I need already as far as comic book fonts and things like that. Let's see. Because I tried to do that with this, but it kept telling me I had to log in to get the extra stuff. And I just said, forget it, because every time I tried to log in, it would tell me I need to log in again, but I had already logged in. So I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so this vampire is going to have the leather jacket, of course. You got to have a little bit of leather going on with vampires. Now, see, this is the thing. If you're in my universe, you're in Night Phoenix Press universe, this can happen. Okay, you can have some people who are coming after you. They're not always going to be human. All right, you might have a person, a vampire, some other mythical creature. You never know. Typically, it's going to be humans, but every once in a while, somebody will, they'll team up with some undead help. If they need it, if they feel they need it. Okay, now this person, we're going to let them stay. We're not going to do anything with their outfit. Now I might actually do, let's see what time, because I think I'm going to probably end this in about 20 minutes. So I might do a little coloring with it, just to kind of show the coloring. Let's give her, see, we want her to have a hand. That would be nice for her to actually have a second hand. It's just going to be there. But we're going to do one of those Rob Liefeld things where the hand is slightly out of frame. And that's not a slam on Rob Liefeld. I'm actually a fan of Rob Liefeld. Definite fan of Rob Liefeld. All right, so yeah, we'll work with that for now. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to go to the next layer, or the layer under that, and you're just going to erase. Oh, that That's not what you want to do. You're going to go to that very bottom layer and just erase the blue line. So there you go. And that's your layer on top there. Let's see. I haven't fully explored the balloons themselves. Mainly, I've just used the text editor with fonts I have on my iPad. Okay, see, that doesn't work for me. It always tells me that I have to install some new fonts. Like they have their own fonts that I have to install. Let's see. This guy, we're gonna do a few wrinkles. His suit is wrinkled. He's been sitting in the car for a while. See, these aren't my best wrinkles, but they're gonna be my best for now. Let's see. I feel like there should be something there. Okay, so very basic panel right here. We're going to just go ahead and color this panel. Let's see, we're going to go to the top layer, and then we're going to do a new layer, and this is where all the colors are going to be. Now, with this new layer, of course, the blending mode is up here. You're going to go to multiply, and let's give this guy, let's give him a blue suit. Yeah, that's the kind of blue I want. Let's make it darker blue. Okay, and for this, we're going to, well, we're already on the Sumi pen. Good. Let's do that just so we can cover some space, cover more space here. The Jack says, I'm guessing there are some big differences between the desktop and tablet version. I generally draw my own balloons because I kind of like an imperfect line. I like that too for certain books. I think I might start doing that for the new Epitaph Bread and Salt books, which I haven't really talked about much, but they're going to have a different name. But I might kind of start varying them from. I have some manga stuff that I wanted to do, and I want to kind of use that imperfect line because I see they do that in manga, and I like the way that looks. What's the other? The thing I have like an actual these word balloons that are already pre-made, and I can just cut and paste them right onto the. You can just cut and paste them right onto the page. They're PNG files, so that's what I like to work with. So you have this layer here. This is layer 5, and this is what we're coloring on. And what I'm also going to do is make another layer, which is layer 6. Layer 6 is also going to be a multiply layer, and I'm going to go in here and do this. And this is just kind of a quick thing here. Let me get a smaller brush. Let's go down here. So this is your layer, and here's the thing here. Like, I didn't name any of these layers, so you should probably do that. Let's see. Shading. The shade layer. All right, and 5 going to be the coloring layer, and we're going to go back to the shading layer for now. If you get Procreate, I'll send you the hatching brushes I developed. Oh, cool. like I said, I'm definitely looking into Procreate, but it's going I'm going to get that iPad sometime this or next year, I should say. Sometimes next year I'm going to get it because I was thinking about that in screen tablet, and the iPad is actually within my budget if I hold out and don't spend my money randomly on things I don't need. So it's definitely something I'm looking into. And there's so much other stuff that I can do with the iPad as opposed to just a monitor tablet, because I can actually use it for my films and stuff too. I want to get that keyboard to go with it so that I can do my scripts and stuff like that on there. Let's see here. So this is just some basic shading here. This isn't like that, like the shading you see some of like the really badass artists, YouTube artists do. I look at that stuff, I'm like, man. So this isn't that level just yet, but we're gonna get there. Let's see. We're gonna do that and go back. Kind of do that and E. Now you see what I did right there? I was on the wrong layer. See, the camera is. See, the camera is freaking great on the iPad. I've been using LumaFusion to edit. I just did a commercial for a friend of mine. Nice. I want the. This is gonna sound crazy, but I mainly want that camera for my Instagram. I use all my social media. So one of the things right now is I'm actually, that's not true. I do have a program on my computer that will allow me to send files to my Instagram, but I want to try to get all this stuff working in tandem to promote this channel and my comic books and stuff. I've also been animating motion graphics on core animation, creating sound effects and Haskell. Oh wow, you've been keeping busy. See, that's like a thing that I haven't gotten into is animation. That's one of those things that I'm fully open to letting someone else do for me. That is something I'm completely open to letting someone take the reins on that. Let's see, knock this out a little bit more and. Let's see. I think I want to do another layer. I'm going to do, let's see. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to do another layer. This is going to be a light layer. And I'm just going to put, let me see if this will work the way I think it will. I know it's not going to work with that. Let's try it with this. Let's use watercolor. There we go. But now it's too big. Let's go here. Let's go with 15. Too small. So we go right there. All right, so that's a little bit better. Let's see. You should send me another page to cover. Oh, yeah, Jack actually, if you're watching this, Jack actually did one of our covers for us for one of our upcoming books. He is an excellent colorist. So anybody want to get a comic book colored, talk to Jack. He's great. Yes, I will definitely send you something. But I want to. We got to talk because I do plan to do some stuff next year. Plan to get into some new, just kind of getting some new books and things done. And I'm definitely going to need some. I don't know. I'm going to need to do some collaborations. Like let's put it like that. But this is going to be paid. It's going to be like paid stuff. It's going to be actual stuff that's coming out, and it's going to be a paid thing. Let's see. For this, going to do my multiply. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. We're going to keep it on normal. This is what I need. My opacity. Yep, that's what I wanted. Okay, so that's not as perfect as I would have liked, but I think you guys get the point of how this works. So you have all these variations. Let's go with her. I'm going to give her maybe. Let's see. Let's go with this. Kind of a light blue. Well, you can't do it with an eraser. We're going to do light blue for her. All right. And let's see. Go back in here. And I'm going to erase some of this blue here. I better not do that right now because I'm going to have to go back in and fix that up in there. So this is some sloppy blue right here. So we're not going to work. Actually, you know what? Let's try to fix that. Since we're here, let's try to fix it. Try to fix it right now. Okay, we're on the coloring layer. All right, so let's try to smooth that out just a little bit. I don't know if that's actually fixing it. It might be making it worse. So as you guys can see, I'm not a colorist. So we're going to undo all of that. Everything that was done right there, we're going to undo that. We're going to come back for that blue right there. Oh, wait a minute. Took her dress away. Okay, I need the dress to stay there. All right, these walls back here. Let's see. We're on the coloring layer. I'm going to make another layer for the walls. Let's see. We're going to do the walls. Let's go with some beige since everything's like. Let's go here. And we're going to keep the watercolor brush. We're going to go big on this, but not that way. Forgot to do something here, guys. Forgot to put my multiply on. All right, so I'm probably sure I could have used a fill tool or something for that, but since this is what I'm working with right now, let's just keep doing it that way. Table. We're not a ton of detail on the table right now. We're not really going to worry about that. So we're going to give the table, let's see, we're going to make it brown, kind of brownish. That's orange. Let's go right about there. Brush size. Okay, so we're going to change that. Now, we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to put the brush right here. Pull it over here. There we go. We're going to do that. All right, guys. It is. Hey, how's the rebel? What's happening? Yes, I'm back to the live streams. And see, how are you liking your new drawing? I love it. I'm loving it. It a lot of fun. But guys, hold on a second. I know I said I was going to leave, but I got a little bit more time. So hold on just real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to do this, and then I'll be back. So everybody just chill for a second. All right, everybody. I've returned. Let's see. I'm used to chilling. I'm used to chilling after the chilly place. All right, guys. So this is what a panel will basically look like. This is well, you guys probably pretty much know this. This is what a flatted panel would look like. I keep clicking on the wrong thing here. Let's see. There we go. This is the move tool, though. Let's see. I need the actual. One of these tools will let me erase this, but I'm not actually sure which tool it is. Let me try this one. I know this is the move tool. Nope. All right, so we're going to go in with the eraser. I'm going to make it big and just go across the top like this. I'm assuming this will work. Yep, just like the pen. That's a very, very clean. So we're going to. Now I'm doing all of this with, because I talked about this before, but for some reason in the stream the tablet isn't working. But normally I would do all this with my tablet, the zooming and stuff like that. That would all be done with the tablet. So I use my express keys for that. See. Jack says, I'm writing my new comic book as we speak. That's the other thing. I use my iPad for scripting and pages. Yeah. I actually have a screenwriting program called Fade In. I never actually bought the package, but I want to get around to it. I think that's supposed to work in that's supposed to work on the iPad as well. Fade In, and I have another one down here somewhere called what is that? Celtics. You know, Celtics works. That's the free one. Celtics has a subscription thing too, I believe. Slugline. This is the program that I'm probably going to get. I think that works on the iPad as well. Slugline is really nice, very clean. Program has I think this program has a scripting function to it where you can script, you can actually do the script and then start making panels and things with the script. If I remember correctly, I think this program can do that as well. At least I think it does it on the iPad. I don't know if it does it, if it actually does it here. But one thing I like about this is being able to come in here and do this kind of stuff where you can actually color on top of other colors. I know you could do this in Photoshop. I don't know, I guess because everybody kind of does this, you know, does it this way with these new programs. And we're going to zoom in some more. Do the face. Okay, so this face is very bad. So we're going to actually let's do some color here to fix that up. All right, and we're going to get this green out of the hair here. And even though I'm just kind of throwing this together for this project. I do want it to be somewhat nice looking. So we're going to do that. Come back, get the pen. Why don't we? We're going to go with 10, 7. All right. Celtics is sort of a secondary standard, Final Draft being the main program. Yeah, I have a friend who uses Final Draft. And he swears by it. That is his thing. Is Final Draft. I used to use Final Draft a long time ago, but it got too expensive to keep up with it. I had a version. I had a free version of it. Well, it wasn't a free version. It was a trial version that they sent me for review. So they allowed me to work with it a long time ago. There we go. Now, one of the things that I always have an issue with is getting these eyes right. And this is how I do it. I'll draw the ovals, and then I'll draw inside the ovals. So we're not going to get in too much detail with the eyes right here. Someone made a great template for Pages, which is very close to the way Final Draft works. About Pages is if I'm going to do screenwriting, and I'm a huge Pages fan. I do all my books in Pages, at least my, any of my written books I do in Pages. But if I'm going to do screenwriting, I want it to be done in a screenwriting program. I'm just kind of anal that way. I'm like, yeah, I want it to be what it is. That's one of the things about this program that I like, is that it's actually a comic book program versus Photoshop, which is technically an image manipulation program that people just started using for everything. But this is specifically for comics. And again, it's free. So it's right up my alley. And let's give her some nice eyelashes, some nice comic book eyelashes here. And get rid of this right here. Again, I love programs like this. You can just go in and fix everything. But a lot of times people think that this is so much faster than actually, the old method, the blue line, the pencil, and then the ink. But I don't know if it's that much faster as much because you're still doing a lot of work. I think it's more of the fact that it's a different kind of work, I guess, and the corrections and things are easier and they're more immediate. Which is, I hate when I'm working and I do something in ink and I mess up and I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just kind of waiting to make the corrections from that point on. It's like I just can't wait to get into the post program to do the corrections. And since this isn't like an actual character that I have, a random thing that's happening, I'm not going to go into too much trouble of making her face specific. Do this. And of course, give her a few bangs right here. Probably more than she should have if her hair is pulled back, but those eyes could use a little bit of work, but we're gonna leave them be for now. Same thing with the lips. Um, I don't like that expression. Let's see. Let's erase the lips. I'm going to erase that part of the eye too. All right, there we go. But she's in trouble. We're going to kind of make her expression one of it's not really fear, but more of anger that these people are coming at her. We know if she has any superpowers yet. And on this layer, instead of going to the color layer, you know what? Let's actually do that. Let's go to the color layer. What I'm actually going to do is let's do this. We're going to leave this space white, and then we're going to go to the color layer right here, and then we're going to add the color. Not perfect, but not bad. All right, now this eye, going back to this layer, this eye needs to be trimmed down a little bit. We're going to go in with this small brush, small eraser, I should say, and trim it down. The eyeball, I should say, needs to be trimmed right there. Let's see. Do that. And get a little eye in there. Not happy with that. There you go. Happier with that right there. We're going to choose a smaller brush. I'm going to go all the way over here to 3. We're going to go in like that. All the way down to 2. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot more. I like that a lot more. We're going to trim up this eyebrow a little bit. Okay, so now thing with me is I always end up making some kind of weird ear. So let's take away the weird ear here. And let's actually make an ear. Okay, we have an ear there. We're going to get this out of here. Nope. I had an idea for a second there, and I'm like, no, we're not going to go there. Let's just keep it basic. I'm going to do it there. There we go. All right, we have an ear. Probably drew that, let's see, a little bit smaller than I would have. Let's go with 7. Go down here to 3. And just kind of do that. Give it just a little idea that her left eye is a little high up. You might want to, oh, yes. Left. All right. So let me see if but it's connected. You know what? Let's see if we can do that. Where's my lasso tool? Lasso. Where are you? Yeah, I saw the lasso tool up here somewhere. Tool, yep, it sure is. All right, so lasso tool is there. I should say her right eye is slightly low, actually. Let's see, right eye is slightly low. Over here. All right. The heck does this work? All right. See, holding down Shift, lead. Okay, so I'm holding down Shift. So I'm assuming you're supposed to add points with this. Maybe I'm on the wrong layer. No, I'm on the right layer. Um, hmm. Okay. that was that was the dot tool. that, that was completely different than what I needed. Let's see, this operation tool. Um, let's see if that can. Oh no, that doesn't even do anything with connect. Okay, so um, oh, okay, it's working now. Yet it does absolutely nothing. Okay, so it goes around the eye. Oh, okay, it's working. See, where's the move tool? Hey, nah, badass. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, on of a new program. Yes, that's right. See, what do you think about that, Jack? Looking good? I think it can be. I think it can be moved over a little bit too, like right about there. There we go. I think the lips can go over too, since I made that little adjustment. Let's see here. See, yep, you got it. All right, we're gonna try these. We're gonna try the lips too. Let's see. Okay, so grab that move tool and move this over a little bit too. All right. Now we got to go and we have to recolor it. Let's see, go back here, grab the red again, grab a brush again. Kind of a sour look on her face there at these guys. We're going to give her a little bit more space between the eyes and eyelashes, and that's on the coloring layer. Let's go back to the drawing layer. Give her a little bit more space there. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. All right, and we're going to go now layer 8. We're going to call layer 8 background color. Background color, we're going to grab that and get a brush. Not G pen, watercolor. We were using the G pen for that. No, we weren't. We were using watercolor. We were using watercolor for the background. So let's go down a little bit. Let's go to 15. Just to clean all this up a little bit. All right, so we're gonna go back to the coloring layer and let's see. Being able to kind of just go right over the blacks like this. The black lines are provide that structure, and you just go right around. And if you go over, it doesn't blur, it doesn't smear or anything like that. You can just do that, and you can have some nice black lines in there with this program. Because I will draw and thick, dark black lines. That's why I have like the Sumi ink. But when you get into the program, or you get into your, you scan it in, and it ends up kind of see the. Well, I guess there's a way you can scan that too. You can scan that where it's actually dark. What's the word for that? You can actually do. You can scan it at a black and white line instead of gray. A lot of times, I will scan it at gray instead of actually doing the black and white. So I have to kind of remember to do that. Now on Pixelmator, there's a tool I would be able to actually, maybe this is it. Maybe this will do the same thing. No, there's a tool that I would be able to put, it's just kind of a selection tool. Let me see if like that, I might just have to go, oh, this might be it. Let's see. Okay, so I'm holding down shift. Oh, okay, it does work. All right. I like the way it works in Pixelmator. Let's try it again. Okay, so we're going to go on to the other layer. And what we mess up here, we can fix. Nah, I better not do that. Rockabilly Goth. Oh my God. Let's see. We could probably work with that. You know, there's like a lot of vampires in this universe. So All right, we're gonna see what we can do with this, because I'm actually having a hard time with this selection tool. All right, so we're gonna not do that. What we're gonna do is we're going to zoom really far in on it, and we're gonna color it that way. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to take the from the tablet. I'm liking the way this is working so far. So let's da-da! Excellent. Especially with the purple selection. Now she looks like Lydia Dietz from you know what? That's not a bad look. That is not a bad look. Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice, never a bad look. Let's see, but not with this size pen. We're gonna go with 15. No, we're not. Going with 7. There we go. We're gonna go with 7, and we're going to get a little shadow under the hair here, but not that much. Way less shadow under the hair than what I just did there. Okay. Same thing over here. The heck? There we go. Here and a little bit over there. And of course, you got to get the shadow under the eyes. I think that might be way too much there. We're going to go a color down. There we go. Slight shadow under the eyes. Gonna go here, just a little bit of shadow. If the light is coming from that way. Okay, so sorry about the horn, guys. I don't know who that is in the day of cell phones, why somebody would come outside and just blow, but it is what it is, guys. A little bit there, and I'm going to put a little bit under the lips here on this side. I have the right tool here. A little bit right there. All righty. So we got that, and we're going to go a little bit over here. Actually, you know what? Let's do You know what? Let's actually go back up for this side. Back up over here and look. And I think we can leave it alone there. Let's try that. All right, so that means the light would be coming from a different angle, but that would be fine if, let me look at these guys. Okay, so light is coming. So that's like them opening a door and the light is coming from the door. Boom. So he's getting light there. And so that would mean, so I have his shirt backwards. I have, well, that's leather. So that's going to have all kind of stuff happening there. But his, let's see, shading layer for this guy is off. So we're going to go in and very quickly, oh, thank you. I'm going to kind of fix this up. Let's grab an eraser real quick and do that. We're going to get rid of all of that there. Okay, so if he's coming in, there's light there. We're going to go, let's see, shading layer. We're going to, let's see, let's turn this off for a second. Does that turn that off? B. Okay, so that's what that does. All right, so we're going to actually just get some more of this color right here. And the shading layer. Might be a little bit too much. Let's go watercolor. We're already on watercolor. We're going to turn this up. See what we can do here. Let's see if that light is coming. So there's light coming from the back as well as the front. Kind of, sort of. Not perfect, but let's see. I want to get under here. I'm feeling that the way this is, the way that light is coming, if it's hitting from the back here, okay, we got light coming from the front. But we also have light coming from the back. We're going to erase all this again because I don't like it. All right, so that actually looks better, light coming from the back. Like this actually looks better just like that without the dark blue. So let's see. Let's go into some places and maybe make that dark blue kind of a highlight, or not a highlight, a shadow. Let's see. Maybe we can get in here with it. That's not what I want. Right here. We're going, let's go down to 15. And in there a little bit. Okay, so this still looks more like a flat. This doesn't look like it's actually finished for a, let's just say if you were doing a paper, if you were doing a hard copy comic book, not necessarily a finished page. This kind of coloring something that you can kind of do like with a web comic. See, learn from Tom Auschwitz about how to do a Terminator line where two different light sources create a shadow dividing them. Well, that sounds interesting. Terminator line. I'm going to look into that. That sounds amazing. Terminator line, two different light sources create a shadow dividing them. That sounds like hold on everybody. I'm going to do some research. I think that sounds so badass because the word Terminator is in it. But let's see, Terminator line, shadow. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Okay. All right. That's a bit much to get into right now, but we can try something. Let's see. The heck did I do with my pen? Okay, so the light shining there, light shining there, and yeah, we'll try that out another time. Wait, hold on, guys. I lost the chat. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that sounded pretty badass, but it looks if you guys get a chance to check out that Terminator line thing, it looks really nice. See, not something I'm going to do right now, but definitely something I'm going to try to practice. Colors was extremely helpful me in early comics. Nice. I'm going to try to cheat this somehow. See if there's color coming from behind. I'm going to keep the darker line. See the color be able coming from the top too. I'm going to keep the darker lines at the bottom down here. Kind of, sort of. Kind of like this. So it's like it's coming up. Oh, wait a minute. There's something I can do here. Boom. Yep. There we go. Still not as good as I would like, but I think that gives me a better look than what I had. Okay, there needs to be a certain type of brush here. Let's see if they have that kind of airbrush. Oh, it's the airbrush width, minimum width, pressure, opacity by pressure. There we go. We're going to do that. That's the airbrush. I need the eraser. Eraser, eraser, eraser. There we go. Soft eraser. This is what we're on about right here. Yep. Oh, thank you. I remember Ethan was in chat on one of your live streams. Yeah, Ethan popped in for a minute. I was on his stream last night. It was real cool. I came in at the end, but I'm gonna try to catch it early on next time. What ends up happening a lot is when I try to jump on something like that early, I try to jump on there, and whatever's going on, I normally have some type of technical difficulty on. And so I jump on there and something goes wrong. So, so I have to fix it. And by the time I got it all fixed, the room was all filled up. So I had to wait till somebody left, and then I came on later. But yeah, I was on his channel yesterday, so that was a lot of fun. And he had Sweetcast, Comic Girl Ava. I think the Hut was on there. Comic Book Hut was on there, if I remember correctly. A few other people. So that was a lot of fun. That was a highlight of yesterday. Really enjoyed that, and hope to do it again sometime soon. If he says he's going to be streaming through Christmas, so if he does that, he didn't promise that. He said if he can do it because he's having family over. But if he does, I'll definitely jump in on that. Wait a minute, I'm trying to do too many things here. Okay, I'm working on color. All right, so let's go back to the shading here. Shading. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a lighter shade and see what that gets me. But I want to be on airbrush though. Airbrush, airbrush, airbrush. I want to be on the airbrush. There we go. I think this is probably will probably work out a little bit better. Me or does this soft eraser not that let's see, pressure, opacity by pressure, soft edge. We're going to take that off. We're going to go for completely soft edge. All right. softer. It doesn't seem like it's that much softer. Let's see, width, minimum width, maximum width, soft edge, size by pressure. Opacity by pressure. We're going to keep size by pressure on. Opacity by pressure, soft edge. Nope. Soft edge is what we want. Let's try it. We're going to try to be. No, that's the last thing we want here. Let's go back to that. We're going to take that off of there. Okay, we want soft pressure, but this still comes off looking like a hard edge eraser. Let's go to the eraser itself and see what we can do here. Soft edge. See if maybe this will do something. Nope, that's still giving me a hard edge, and I kind of don't want that for what I'm trying to do. So get rid of all of this, and let's see. Let's try something else. I'm going to go to this watercolor. Okay, all right. All right, that's better. First off, okay, I'm going to keep the pen. We're going to go to the eraser. We're going to bring the eraser down a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. That's going to be helpful. Erase this and erase this here. No, that needs to stay dark in there. The area needs to stay dark. Right there, kind of. All right. And bring this down a little bit as well. Brought that down too much. Let's go here. And rid of that. Now that's a little bit better. Not exactly what I want, but better than what it was. There we go. There we go. Getting a little bit better. This doesn't need to be up here like that. It needs to be under the bottom. This needs to be here. All right. And I think that looks much better. Let me get on there. B. All right, so looks a little bit better. We're gonna go here and do a little bit of erasing right there, clean that up a little bit. And think these are going to be the final strokes for this particular project. I think what I'll do is I'll save it, and then we'll come back to it after I learn a little bit more about this program, as well as about some of the color stuff, because I definitely want to get into coloring my own pages as well. So let's see. Okay, am I using the right tool? Oh, I'm still on water. Nope, not pen. G pen. So here's where you can create a natural terminator line by adding a second light color, but the value of the shoulder height, about the value of the shoulder highlight, but a different hue. Then fill an area of the upper back, leaving a band of mid-tone alone. Okay, but hold on a second. Hold that line. And so I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna erase. There we go. I'm gonna erase a little bit right here. Okay. Art. Back to light layer. Erase this. Go back to the coloring. So I erased all that. All right, so you create a natural terminator line by adding about the value of the shoulder highlight. Okay. But a different hue, then fill the area, then fill an area of the upper back. Okay, so let's do that. Should we go with let's go with yellow. You can say they have those out there. Let's see. But we can't do it on that. We have to do it on the shading layer. Or we might have to, let's see, light layer. We might have to do it's showing up. Oh, I keep forgetting to switch tools. Okay, so all right, we're going to do this on the light layer. Wait, why is the light layer? Oh, the light layer is the opacity is supposed to be turned down. Why are we getting that dark of a color? Let's jump on the shading layer. Okay, so Is this what it looks, what it's supposed to look like, or am I doing something completely great? Take a screenshot. Oh, okay, perfect, 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 perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let me do this. I'm going to erase this color here, and what I will do is I'm going to set so we can see. Let's see, shading. I'm going to erase all this. Oh, actually, yeah, we're going to erase that too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that picture that you're going to send me, Jack. And what I'll do is when I see that, I'll crack this open again, probably in a few days. I'm going to save this so we can see the progress of what this will be, and we'll go from there. So this will be kind of like my live stream project. We'll see what this panel can turn into. We might even do a page. We might turn it into a page. So we might do that. We got this going here. This actually doesn't look. This doesn't look in itself, but I did it again, guys. Forgot to put the right tool there. Let's see. It would be nice if I got a nice size brush here. That's still not working the way I wanted it to work. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that, and then we'll fix it up. We'll fix it up later. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to really kind of show the program. I actually did more in this program than I intended to do. I was just actually intending to show this program off, but I kind of got into it. So this is basically what the program is, and this is what it does. So next time we'll crack it open, and we got to work on our vampire and this guy over here. This is random bad guy. We got to work on him, and then we'll see what comes of it. So other than that, guys, you take it easy. Let's zoom out real quick so we can see what we got. So this is where we're at so far. We got some very basic, and I'm gonna wait for Jack, and maybe again in a few days we'll crack this open again. All right, guys, take it easy. Nathan Brandon Masters, Asta.